Hello everyone, so this is the last episode of the season. Unfortunately, I already had this recorded, had all the games live as they were played and everything, but the save file got corrupted. I think I saved it wrong or clicked off something too quickly, so I was a bit disappointed because the whole video was just done really well. Yeah, it was a shame really, but so in terms of this episode, it'll be a hell of a lot shorter, probably about 5 minutes or something, just to give you a recap of what happened. So I do apologise for that, but nothing I can do now. Obviously saved after it as well, so I wouldn't have wanted to replay it because that's not how I roll with things like this. I play it as it comes, win, lose or draw. So yeah, this will be a recap of how the end of the season went. So we played the Champions League semi-final first leg against Lyon, and it was a real tense affair, believe you me. The first half there wasn't much going on, it was just blocks here, defence there, it was really tight, and you can see from the stats there wasn't a lot of chances at all. Lyon more than held their own, and we were very lucky to get a goal 83rd minute, because apart from Fabinho really, no one performed. They were pretty average, and Lyon, judging by their stats, were the better side. They defended resolute, made it very hard for us, and you could tell from this game, wow, this is going to be a tough tie. Lyon are no mugs, and I mean you've only got to look at how they finished this season. Yep, they finished second, but PSG are a massive powerhouse, aren't they? Managed by Tuchel, obviously. They've got Cavani, Neymar, Mbappe. You know, look at these players. Look at the stats of them. You know, the money they've got as well, ridiculous. So they've done bloody well, Lyon. I mean, they've took some scalps in the Champions League as well. Real, you know, no mugs. They actually knocked PSG out, didn't they? So yeah, they knocked their French compatriots out. They did lose the final, the French Cup final to them though, but no mugs at all. They've also got their talisman, Nabil Fekir, a player that Liverpool in real life had signed. I actually saw the photos of him in the training gear, Liverpool training gear, but for one reason or another, I think it was something to do with injury problems. The deal got taken off really. So, but he's a player on this that we might look to sign because he could play that central role for us. So, but yeah, back to what we were saying, Lyon are no mugs. We've narrowly won that first leg there, and it was all to play for in the second leg. In the other Champions League semi-final, the first leg, Real Madrid won 3-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu, with Messi getting a valuable away goal to keep the tie alive. So this one was far from over. So Madrid were the dominant team in that first leg. Marcelo getting a 10, but Barca got that valuable away goal that kept that tie alive. We then changed the team up massively against Huddersfield, the rock bottom club in the 20th, already relegated, and we won 4-0. Zaha getting a goal, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Shaqiri and Sessegnon. We dominated this game. We changed the whole team up. Look at that, the stats there, everyone played brilliant really. Even Freddie Woodman, the online goalkeeper. It was nice to give all the first teamers a rest going in for an important second leg, and we got a morale boosting 4-0 win away from home, so that was good. We then went into the second leg with Lyon, and we made it through to the Champions League final. We got a real helping hand with their, I think it's right back or centre back, Jason Denayer, getting a sending off on the 18th minute, Salah dispatching the resulting penalty, and then Firmino killing the tie off in the second half. Lyon came to set up in this defensive formation. I think they tried to play very sort of negative in the hope that they would nick that goal back, making it a 1-1 draw and then maybe take it to penalties. But the sending off completely changed the game, with us absolutely dominating the tie, them not even getting a shot on target. And in terms of passes completed, possession, we literally dominated. Firmino, man of the match. It was a much better performance. Yes, we were aided by the red card, and yes, Lyon are certainly no mugs and haven't disgraced themselves and will be back next year, to credit to them. But we made it through. So Barcelona won the second leg 2-1. With a better team in this one at home. But Real Madrid made the final, and it would, for a second consecutive season, be a Real Madrid versus Liverpool final. A chance for Liverpool to get revenge, and a chance for Mohamed Salah to also get revenge after Sergio Ramos, what looked like, intentionally injured him in the hopes of hampering our chances. What you would find though was we would get this sad news a couple of days before the final itself. Mohamed Salah will be out for a month. So you couldn't write it. The chance for him to have revenge, start in the final, start a full game and make a difference. He was ruled out. A real key player for us, ruled out of the final. Devastating for himself, and also certainly weakened us. We then played Wolves in the final game of the league season and come out with a 2-2 draw, which I was happy with because we changed the team up again. We left Alisson in goal just in case, because I didn't want to lose this being the final game of the season and lifting the title. But we changed everyone else to rest for the Champions League final. I did bring big Virgil van Dijk on the 89th minute. You probably think, why did I do that? I also give him the captaincy from Milner, being our main captain. And the reason was that was so that he was on the pitch, play a couple of minutes, and then lifts the title for us, lifts that elusive title that we've been waiting for so long, in front of these fantastic supporters. So Wolves were no mug. We were happy with a 2-2 draw, to be honest, considering the circumstances. Nothing to play for really for either club. And that was the last game of the season for us. So that was how the league table finished. Obviously United, City and Tottenham joining us in the Champions League, which was a carbon copy of what actually happened last season, but not in that order obviously. Them four teams made the Champions League, and they will make it again next season. Chelsea, West Ham make the Europa League. In terms of relegation, let's have a look at that. You had Cardiff, Fulham and Huddersfield going down, which looks like is going to be what happens this season in real life, because they're pretty poor, them teams, aren't they, really? They're definitely the worst of the bunch. So yeah, that's what happened there. Salah got the best average rating, and considering he didn't play a lot of games as well through injury, see, he was injured quite a lot. Goals, Lacazette got top goal scorer. Firmino was our top goal scorer, with Salah not far behind. And assists, Kevin De Bruyne, who's a fantastic player. Keita was our top for that. And obviously great to see that we're on the history roll as winners. Then you had the Championship. I'll show you this. Sheffield United won the playoff final. They beat Frank Lampard's Derby County. So they will come back up to the Premiership after quite a few seasons. I think last time they were in it was 2005, because I remember going to see Liverpool v Sheffield United at Anfield, and Fowler was back for us. It was his return, he scored a penalty. So they're back. And then you've got two big sides here with big fan bases, Villa and Leeds coming back up to the big time. So that was the Championship, and Bolton, Ipswich and Rotherham went down. I think Ipswich went down in real life. Not sure if Bolton did either. I don't know about Rotherham. So yeah, that was the Championship. I won't show you the others because they're not really... I don't know if you'd be interested in there at the minute, to be honest. Then you had the FA Cup. Do you remember the EFL Cup? Arsenal, Man United. United won that, didn't they? 2-1. Well, this would be a repeat. Them two teams going head to head in the FA Cup. But it was a complete reverse this time. Arsenal beat United this time 2-1 in a close game by the looks of it. Arsenal got the revenge and won they won the more prestigious trophy out of the two of them, and got revenge over Man United. And they also go into the Europa League for qualifying for the final, but they've won it as well. So yeah, and then you did have the Europa League, United were in a third final and they got absolutely destroyed by Roma. But when you look at the stats, United were the lot better side there. They were a lot better team there. And this guy scored 5 goals. Now look at him. Look at his stats. And he can play all along the front three. So he's a player that we're interested in, and he's a player that I will probably try to sign, because he'd be great to bring on if Salah, Mane get an injury. Even Firmino, he could play central. And we've also got Zaha. That's 2 big cover players then. So we'll be looking at him, especially because he looks like a hell of a player there. So United made 3 finals. They won the least out of the 3 of them, lost the other 2. But that's that. That's the way it goes. So, in terms of the big one, the Champions League final, what you will get, you'll get the introduction, but it will just be an instant result thing, because obviously where it's been played and that, I can't do nothing more. So this is the way I'm going to do it. The introduction will be done as normal, and then you will see the result.
Champions League final
2019. And there you have it. Real Madrid, they won the final. They beat Liverpool in 2 consecutive finals. I'll tell you something, it was one hell of a tense game, this one. The first half, so many chances from both teams. Although, judging by the stats, there wasn't a lot of chances. But what I mean by chances was that both teams were getting in the box and there were blocks galore coming from defenders. Honestly, I felt the tension in this game like no other. And I've had some tense games on Championship Manager, but I really felt it here. Then the second half, Real Madrid, it seemed like it was all them. We couldn't contain them, and Modric scored late on. Absolutely devastated to have lost in Berlin to them in such an important final. In the second in a row, I thought I could be the redeemer here and set things straight, and it was gutting, It was a great final. Judging by the score, you think, wow, it was drab, but it was so tense. Honestly, you could feel it. And devastated to have lost, but it's still been a fantastic season for us. We won the Premier League, the Holy Grail, the one that's eluded us for so long now. See there, look, twice in a row. So we've had an absolute brilliant season, we really have. And who's to say that next season we can't come back again to the final? And who's to say it might not be Real Madrid again either? But gutting, obviously, very, very gutted. But it's done now. We've lost, and we can go again next season. Hopefully, strengthen in some areas. And we've been hit down to earth there that we're not the best team in the world. We've got a way to go to get to that level, but it's certainly the best team in England at the minute. So tough to take, but it happens, these things, doesn't it? I will show you my manager stats. Actually made it to number 1 in England, world class there, and I'm 12th in the world reputation with a superb one. There's my history obviously so far, albeit brief, it's only my first season, and the one league for me. What else? I did want to show you something else. I think the Bayern Munich manager Kovac got sacked, and Bayern appointed Ancelotti, who's already been Bayern manager. Actually, he come from Napoli, who actually won Serie A. So Ancelotti, he was a champions of Serie A. He defied odds by, winning it over Juventus, Ronaldo's Juventus. So yeah, he won that, and then he went back to Bayern for another challenge. So yeah, that's it for the season, all done and dusted. Obviously, would have been nice to do the double, but there's something to aim for next season. We'll also have the domestic competitions, the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, which we'd want to go a bit further in this time. But all in all, a really great series that I've enjoyed, and I think I'm going to carry it on, hopefully, and we'll go again with it. So thank you all for following it closely, and should see you soon for the second season of this one, where we hope to build on being Premier League champions. See you then.